Okay, thank you. Okay, so the main collocation slide. Okay, so I was telling you guys this collocation refers to a group of words that often go together or that are likely to occur together. So what happens, the collocations are actually the words which are used by the English speakers in the native language. This also means that you will sound more fluent if you use them. Okay, so technically collocations have a number in your OAT letters, and they got if you don't use the collocation, it doesn't mean that your number will be cut, but if you use them, they'll give you grace marks. So technically, the collocations are two or more words that are commonly used together. For example, last time I told you an example of fast food that is commonly used to refer to the food that can be purchased quickly or eaten while you are working or walking. So it's a collocation. So I'm going to give some example of collocation that are used in OAT letters. The first example that I'm going to quote here is a combination of verbs and prepositions that we used as a collocation with collocations in OAT letter. So first one is to complain of. I have written the meaning, to report or experience. When a patient comes during a OAT letter, when we're writing something about a patient, we always refer the patient was complaining. We never go like the patient was reporting of this, a patient was experiencing this. Complain is a better collocation. It gives you a number. So it is something that is associated to the healthcare, and it is associated with these healthcare letters as well. So example is here, she complained of nausea, vertigo, and trouble sleeping. Okay. So next up would be to be associated with. Same goes with the collocation that is used in healthcare as to be associated with. If you're going to use accompanied by, that is also a collocation used in these letters. You have to say it, the headaches are accompanied by memory loss and personality changes. Otherwise, the example would be the same that I have written. The headaches are associated with memory loss and personality change. Okay. The next one is to be admitted to. Okay, so this one is also the last time I told you guys, to be admitted to is something that is related to hospitals. We don't use these words in our like if we are going to go to some restaurant or any hotel, we don't use this word admit. It is specifically used for healthcare letters. Okay, so we were on actually combination of nouns and prepositions last time. So I'm gonna go into this in detail. So when we are using nouns and prepositions, the most common words that are used are in regards to, in spite of. Okay, so if you will use these letters, you have to be very careful that you are putting to after it and after the regards, and you're putting off after the in spite. Okay, so the sentence will go like, in regards to his medical history. If you want to say the words, you can also put regarding his medical history. So in regard to his medical history, the patient has type 2 diabetes and Crohn's disease. The next one would be, in spite of the complications, she has made a full recovery. So these are the collocations as per the examples of noun and prepositions. The last one is descriptive collocation. Descriptive collocations are the words which are meaningful in their own sense. They have their own definition in the healthcare system. So here I have put two examples, that is incontinent of urine and feces. Incontinent of urine and feces, unable to control urine or stool output, as we all know. So the sentence would go like, the patient became incontinent of urine after prostate reduction surgery. And the next is hearing vision impaired, having a medical condition affecting the hearing or vision. For example, the patient is vision impaired due to cataracts, which will require removal. So these are some example of the collocation that you can put in your letter, and they will give you some extra marks. Next one that is very important is capitalization. But before that, I'm going to just give you some example of common mistakes while using medical collocations. So here I have written some, I have chosen these sentences from letter that I've checked in past. So people used to write, I'm writing in regard of. I have already told you in regards to. This is very important. These type of mistakes are certainly very common by the students that give us letters, and this type of mistakes are actually cost you a lot of numbers because they are very keen towards your grammar and how you put preposition and other grammar, how you quote these grammars in your letter. So next would be admitted in hospital. Okay, it's a very common mistake. Sometimes people use this. So the right preposition after it is admitted to the hospital. Third one is due to whatever the sentence, due to still not well. He's still not well. So due to his illness, will he's still not well. Illness would replace the he's still not well. Okay. And diagnosed with Crohn's, it's not diagnosed with Crohn's. I used to write diagnosed with Crohn's as well. And it's actually diagnosed of Crohn's.